ICCU, to make a difference, it takes just one connection. A friendly face, an open ear, a helping hand. And then something amazing happens. We find out that we're better together. This is what Idaho Central does in our communities every day. We help our members with the small things and big dreams. This is what believing in you is all about. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
It may have been a new job or starting a new business. Maybe you were looking for a better place to raise a family. It's possible you were returning home to the place you love, to Idaho. Whatever your reason for coming, 40 years or 4 months ago, Lithia Ford of Boise wants you to know you're welcome here. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
Get ready for the time of your life at Circa Resort and Casino, Las Vegas's newest destination for fun, featuring the world's biggest poolside tailgate party with 3 levels of action, 6 pools, and a 143-foot screen. The fun is always on deck with all the games all year long. Stadium Swim, located in downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street. Book the time of your life today at circalasvegas.com.
What's going on, Boise State fans? The Broncos taking the court here at the Save Mart Center in Fresno. My name is BJ Rains. Welcome on in the Lithia Ford of Boise Bronco Nation News pregame show. Our road coverage sponsored by Idaho Central Credit Union. As always, our title sponsor, RowPaint.com. Get your comments in. Get your thoughts. Marcus Shaver Jr., you can see him out there warming up. He is going to play tonight. He looks good to go, and that's good news for Boise State. Get your score predictions in. Let us know where you're watching from. Always love the pregame shout-outs. We'll get those going on the Facebook page, on the YouTube page, on the Twitter tweets. So remember, if you're watching this now, we'll be back with a post-game show after the game. You can just go to our YouTube channel and subscribe on YouTube. And then if you want to, after the game, if you have a smart TV, you can do it now if you want to. But certainly after the game, you can flip over after the game's over. Just go to Fox Sports 1, and then after the game, you go to the YouTube app. And on the YouTube app, you'll be able to watch us live right there on your YouTube app on your phone, just search Bronco Nation News on YouTube. David Moats is going to join us here in a second. Hopefully he's coming over whenever he's ready, and we're going to talk to David Moats, get you set for this game. Big one for Boise State, obviously. We'll get all your comments in. We'll get your questions in. We appreciate it. Let's bring on Mr. David Moats here, the Director of Operations for the Broncos. You can grab the mic there. Mr. Moats, appreciate it, man.
What's up, BJ?
How you doing, man? We see the team. We see the team warming up on the court right here. Give us the pregame vibe of the team right now, man.
Yeah, we are ready. This is exciting stuff. Being on the road against a top 60 net team, against top of the Mountain West team, and we feel good. Our guys are ready. We're healthy. We're rested. We're ready to rock.
David, Director of Operations, he handled all and everything and kind of the logistics behind the scenes. We had you on a couple weeks ago, but you're heavily involved in the scouting and stuff as well. Give us the scouting report on Fresno State, and obviously it all starts with Orlando Robinson.
That's who it starts and ends with. He's NBA caliber player, playing at a high clip. He's healthy. He's ready to rock out here tonight, and then they surround him with good guards who space the floor. They can all shoot the three. They got Isaiah Hill as who kind of runs the team. So it makes it hard to double Orlando. And And that's what's special about Milad Normish, like guarding the post, guarding him one-on-one. He's going to have to do that tonight a little bit, and we're going to have to change it up on him.
How much do you take into stock the first game you played him versus the last couple of games they've played? When you're looking at scouting and all that stuff, you obviously, it was a tight game in Boise a month ago. You guys pulled away late to win that one. Do you put a lot of stock in that one, or do you look at how Fresno is playing and how you guys are playing right now?
No, a lot of stock in that one because they had a game plan going into that, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't for them. They're going to change some stuff up. And same with us. They're going to double team all of our Barclays into the post and all of that stuff. So we got to just adjust from that and see how they're playing recently and kind of mesh the two together.
How's Marcus Shaver doing? That's the question we keep getting here. And he's out there. He looks like he's good to go. What's the latest on Marcus?
Yeah, obviously rolled his ankle the last game, but had 2 days off, which is huge in this stretch that he really, really needed, and feels good today. And he's out there full speed, and expect 100% Marcus Shaver tonight.
Hopefully not the 42-37 we saw in San Diego, but I know this is two of the better defensive teams in the league. What kind of pace do you expect? And is this going to be more of a defensive battle again tonight?
Yeah, it will be, and especially for them at home, they pressure you. They'll pick up and press us a little bit tonight. They'll try to pick it up a little bit and get in the passing lanes and stuff along with us. You know, we'll do that same thing. So it's going to be a battle of defensive wits here, and we'll see who can come out.
Final thing, if you guys are going to extend the streak to 14, what has to happen tonight?
We got to, make shots, take care of the ball here. With their pressure, they really pick it up at home. We got to take care of the ball, and we got to out-rebound them. They're a very, very good rebounding team. We did that at home. We got to do that tonight.
What's the suits and sneakers thing people are asking about?
Yeah, so this is a nationwide deal that is cancer awareness. And so all coaches across the country are wearing this for this week and just bring in awareness to cancer. It used to be the old suits, that
now nobody wears it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wears sneakers anyway now. Yeah.
So they went with this. Teams have polo. So
appreciate it, man. We'll let you get back and warm up, and best of luck. Hopefully it's 14 and we can do this again soon.
Heck yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. David Moats does an amazing job as the director of operations for the Boise State basketball team, and that's really nice of him to give us his time right there while the team is on the court warming up. Get your comments in, get your questions in. Douglas saying, go Orange, go Big Blue. We got Jack saying, let's go Jay. John Durst, go Broncos. We got Jason Rich, keep the streak. Patsy and Peter Olson, let's go Broncos, keep it going. We got Jay up at the Winter Carnival in McCall. He's going 65-55. If I remember right, that's the exact same score the last time they played Boise a month ago, isn't it? I believe was 65-55 that Boise State beat them in Fresno, or in Boise, December 28th. Dayton going for 14 in a row, chance to go 2 games up on CSU. Yeah, how about that? CSU is down 20 points right now at home to UNLV. A lot of weird scores in the Mountain West. You had San Diego State lose the other night as well. Eric Knowles asking about Orlando Robinson. Is he warming up? Yes, he is. Orlando Robinson is on the court, and he looks pretty good. So he is, looks like all the talk about the ankles, and I'm sorry this camera keeps shaking, that people are walking on the risers here, and there's nothing I can do about it. But for all the pregame talk about the two guys' ankles, they both appear to be fine. James saying, good luck tonight. Let's go Boise State. We got Jack watching from Phoenix. Love my Broncos. We got new comments streaming in here. Have to rebound, keep them off the boards. Yeah, that's going to be a huge key tonight, keeping Milad and Armouche out of foul trouble as well, because Melinda's saying we got this, go Broncos. Orlando Robinson, 19 points a game, about 8 rebounds a game, so it's going to be a huge key to keep him contained a little bit. And if Milad and Armouche goes into foul trouble, they don't really have anybody that can guard Orlando Robinson, kind of what we saw in the game against Wyoming the other night. So once you have some issues with him going out, they don't have anybody that can guard that guy in the post. That could theoretically be an issue. So dealing with spotty Wi-Fi as usual in some of these arenas, dealing with bleachers and people walking. So apologize for all this. Richie Schuler is going to join us in a second as well. Richie Schuler is on the call on Fox Sports 1 tonight as Fresno State takes the court for warm-ups. We'll get you to the full screen there on Fresno State as they take the court for warm-ups, as Richie Schuler gets ready to join us here. Richie Schuler will be on the call on Fox Sports 1. All right, folks, we continue the Lithia, Florida, Boise Bronco Nation News pregame show here. We are at the Save Mart Center in Fresno, and I get a chance. Richie Schuler, you'll be seeing him, hearing him tonight. Fox Sports 1 calling the game, giving us a couple minutes on the pregame show here, man. Appreciate it. It's your first time seeing Boise State in person here, man. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
I love it. I've always enjoyed watching Boise State play. But what I love, you have a ton of experience on this squad. I look at the roster, you've got 6 seniors and 5 who can come back next year. That's what's awesome about it. You have a lot of length out there. You have guys that really gel together on the offensive end, clearly on the defensive end. I just think they're a fantastic ball club, and you just can't go wrong. You can never say enough good things about a team that's won 13 straight. I mean, what a run.
And how hard is that? I mean, 13 straight games. If they win tonight, they'll go undefeated in December and January. And they're winning some tough games at Utah State, at San Diego State. I mean, I know it's your first time seeing them in person, obviously, but I mean, in general, Division I college basketball, it's the second longest winning streak in the country. How hard is that to win 13 straight at this level?
It's hard enough just to win one game, right? At any college basketball level. To win a game on the road is incredibly difficult. I don't know what the percentages are, but there is a percentage about how many times the home team wins. And they're going on the road and beating teams. And what is it? The last 2.5 weeks, they've had a gauntlet of a schedule, Boise State, of all the different teams they've had to play and go on the road and compete against. It's fantastic. It's special. I hope the people in Boise and all throughout the state of Idaho realize how special of a group this is. Coach Leon Rice, I mean, he's done a fantastic job, and this group right here is terrific. And I hope they make some noise in March.
What do you make of Coach Rice? Saw you at the shoot around this morning, and I heard Jay Billis on a recent podcast say he thinks he's one of the top 10 funniest coaches in college basketball. But just as you interact with coaches and stuff and get a chance to talk to them, both personality-wise and coaching-wise, what do you think of Leon?
First of all, I think Jay Billis is spot on. Leon is a lot of fun to be around. He's a guy that's got an upbeat personality. You rarely see him in a bad mood. He keeps it pretty even keel. Now, what is he like in practice on a daily basis? I have no idea. But just, seeing him interact with players on days of games throughout the course of the last several years, I love his demeanor about him. And on the sideline, too, I think his players feed off it. Throughout the course of a game, when things are going wrong, you don't see him waving his hands and going crazy. You see Coach Rice looking confident, looking stoic. I think his players feed off that. They weather the storm, and they get through it. I think it's a fantastic coach. I mean, just look at the success they've had. It was at 20-plus wins, 8 of the last 11 years. You can't go wrong with that. I think a lot of times people take for granted how great of a coach he is. And if he wasn't here at Boise State or there at Boise State, I think he'd be doing the same thing somewhere else.
Well, on the other side, Orlando Robinson's getting a lot of hype as a possible first-round NBA draft pick. I know he had the ankle injury, but saw him out here earlier. Looks like he's going to be fine in this one. You're just chance to see him up front. What's your thoughts on Orlando Robinson?
I mean, he's an NBA prospect, right? I mean, probably a first-rounder. I don't know how high. But, I look at if you remember Jalen McDaniels from San Diego State, I know he's a different player, and he's more of a back-to-the-basket kind of guy when he's in the post, and Jalen wasn't that. But I look at those two. They're both – he was a junior, I think, when he left for the NBA. Orlando Robinson's a junior right now, and I think he's way more skilled. I think he does a lot more. The thing about Orlando Robinson is he can hit three-point shots at 40%. What is he, 6'10"? He can post you up down inside. You'll see throughout the course of the game, he'll spend time at the high post, he'll go to the low post, and sometimes he'll be at the top of the key with the basketball. He can do so much with the ball, and that's just on offense. And don't let me forget, he gets his teammates involved. I mean, he is the key to everything with this squad. So if that ankle's not good, Boise State should have an easier time. Either way, it's going to be a tough game, though, because they got some good players either way. But on the defensive end, man, he is a force, and he is a very challenging guy to go up against. And he may not get a block shot every possession, but trust me, he's deterring guys from even taking shots. They don't want to go anywhere near him around the hoop.
You mentioned defense. We're going to see some of that in this game. Obviously, 2 of the, I think, 3 best defensive teams in the league. I don't know if it's quite going to be 42-37 like the San Diego State game that we saw last week, but what do you make of the pace of this game? It is probably going to be more of a defensive battle.
Sometimes you see games like this that, you got 2 great defensive teams going head-to-head, and it's not what you think. It's not going to be a defensive battle. Sometimes it ends up being an offensive onslaught. Somehow, some way, that's how it works out. So I'm not really sure what to do with the punches, but I do fantastic defensive ball clubs. You have 2 teams that can score the basketball. You have 2 teams that are on fantastic streaks. The 13 games, and then you have Fresno State, who hasn't lost at home all season. It'll be a really fun game to come.
Well, yeah, it should be a lot of fun, Richie. We appreciate it. Again, Richie, we will be watching your call, and thank you so much for joining us as he gets his way back up for the studio. The channels will be for Fox Sports 1 for folks wondering. It's 219 on DirecTV, Dish 150 and 146 on Sparklight. It'll be Tim Neverett, who does a lot of the Dodger games on TV, along with Richie Schuler, and looking forward to that one as well. Boise State warming up. We got to get off the air here soon so we don't go over the limit for the Mountain West. We got a couple minutes left here, but we got a couple minutes, actually. You know what? It says 15 minutes on the clock, but it's the rules till tip-off, not till the clock goes to zero. So we'll push it here a little bit because we got a lot of people watching. Get your comments in. Get your questions in. We got Jack asking the number one key for a win tonight. Well, I'm going to say keeping Malad and Armouche out of foul trouble, I think, is a huge one for Boise State because, again, Orlando Robinson is a first-round NBA draft pick, and Boise State just doesn't really have anybody that can guard him other than Mr. Armouche. And so if what happens in that Wyoming game where Armouche goes into foul trouble, that could be a huge issue for Boise State. So you got to keep Malad and Armouche out of foul trouble. You got to take care of the ball. You can't turn it over, the obvious stuff. And they got to hit some threes. You got to hit some outside shots in this game, probably to win. Fresno's one of the better defensive teams in the league, so you got to. It sounds easy. Take care of the ball, hit some threes, play good defense. Don't get into foul trouble. I mean, it's a lot easier said than done, but should be a nice crowd filing in here. Looking forward to it. Boise State, Fresno State. Boise State, as you can see, going with the black uniforms tonight. Boise State's in the black, Fresno State in the home white. Anybody that knows about the NIL deals and the TikTok stuff, the Cavender twins from the Fresno State women's basketball team, they've got like over 1 million TikTok followers or something. They're sitting courtside here in front of me in the front row. We'll see if they have any TikTok videos that make it out of this one. I know Colin Mitchell, our intern, is a big fan of the Cavender twins at Fresno State. But again, should be a lot of fun. You can listen to Bob and Abe of the call on and then 95.3, I believe, as well. 1350, all the different various KTIK channels. So enjoy the game, folks. Appreciate it. And again, go subscribe on YouTube. Go to YouTube right now. Subscribe on YouTube. You just go to your smart TV, go to search, type in Bronco Nation News, and click subscribe. And then after the game, when you're done on Fox Sports 1, flip it over, and about 5 minutes after the game ends, we'll start to fire up the postgame show, and we'll have live interviews with Leon Rice and some players right after the game. So hope you enjoy BroncoNationNews.com. This is my annual end of the show spiel to please consider a subscription, $6.99 a month, or you can get a full year for $70, which is 2 months free. And we'd love the support to keep this going. We're the only local outlet here in Fresno. Not trying to brag, just trying to be realistic that we made the trip here, and hope folks will consider supporting our efforts so we can keep following this team to the tournament and beyond as this team looks to make some hay in March. So Broncos going for 14 in a row. It would be a program record. We appreciate you for tuning in to the Lithia Ford of Boise, BroncoNationNews.com pregame show. Lithia Ford of Boise, there's a new and better way to get exactly what you want in a new Ford car or truck. Custom order your own from the bottom up, the style, colors, and features you want. If it feels like it's made for you, that's because it is. Your Ford, your way. Don't forget Lithia Ford also paying top dollar for those used cars and trucks as well, even if you don't buy from them. It's all done in 3 easy steps. Share your vehicle information, make an appointment, and get a cash offer from their appraisal while you wait. Hassle-free on the spot. Our other great sponsors as well, ICCU. They sponsor our road trip coverage. Check them out, iccu.com. All your personal and business banking needs. They support athletes across the state of Idaho from youth to professionals. They're proud to be partners with them here at Bronco Nation News. Our family making the switch to ICCU, and you should as well. All of our other great sponsors, the Blue and Orange Store, Transportation Compliance Service, just all the great sponsors. Boise Dentistry Co., Boucher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets. We just thank all of them for their support. We thank you for your support as well, and making Bronco Nation News possible here. And pretty cool we've done in 2 months. Boise State lost the first game on the first day of Bronco Nation News and hasn't lost since, 13 in a row. So appreciate you for checking this out. We're approaching that 15-minute window, so we got a jet. But, again, we'll be back full post-game show, highlights, interviews, you name it, right after the show. We'll talk to you then. Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.